Hey guys, I'm going to be talking about case study 9 today. So I'm going to begin with a summary of the case study that is at hand. Isabella works as the Northern Area Sales Manager for Kudos Kitchen and Recreation, a large retailer of household appliances and consumer electronics with stores across North America. Online retailers such as Nile are threatening Kudos' market share, and therefore they are seeking solutions to increase profits from the sales that they do make. Kudos' main advantage over their online competitors is the personal contact between sales staff and customers, which allows the salespeople to sell more extended warranties than their competitors can sell online. These warranties are a major source of profit for the company. Isabella recently received an email from her boss, Roger McDonald, the VP of Sales, asking the 5 area managers for their thoughts regarding a new sales policy on extended warranties that would increase sales commission from 15% to 20% for any warranty sales over $2,000 per month. Kudos also wants store managers to reveal each person's warranty sales monthly and terminate anyone who fails to sell at least $1,000 worth of extended warranties for 2 consecutive months. Isabella worries about the effect that the new policy will have on the relationship between sales staff and customers. 3-year extended warranties are extremely profitable for Kudos because the manufacturer warranty will cover any production defects for up to 1 year, and most products are designed to withstand wear and tear for longer than 3 years. Sales staff will have to avoid telling customers the return rate of products their 2nd and 3rd year, and instead focus on the horror stories of the products that are actually returned in order to sell extended warranties. Isabella worries that store managers will use the new policy to increase usage of hard sell practices. Roger asked for the opinions of each area manager, and he is often swayed by these opinions. Isabella is almost certain that West, Central, and South will support the new suggestion, but East will criticize it. She's worried about the consequences, but also wants Kudos to be profitable and Roger to see her as a team player. What should Isabella say to Roger? I believe that Isabella should tell Roger she is against the new policy suggestion, and this is why. To begin with consequence-based theories, and more specifically ethical egoism, which would support the new policy because it will make Isabella appear more favorably to her boss as a team player. There is also potential for increasing profits in her area, which would reflect well upon Isabella as a sales manager. There is also a cooperation dilemma between salespeople because there is potential for fighting over customers to both increase monetary gain through commission and decrease likelihood of termination. Therefore, ethical egoism would support new policy to appear more favorable to Roger, her boss, because she is a team player and doing her part to increase profits. Regarding direct utilitarianism, it is difficult to aggregate utility because consumers with incorrect information regarding commercial products would be worse off because they would make bad decisions about what to purchase. On the other hand, higher commission would increase salespeople's happiness through threat of termination, though threat of termination may negate some of this. Consumers may be willing to pay for a warranty now to avoid purchasing a new product later, but this would likely be affected by preference versus informed preference. If customers knew the payout on 3-year extended warranties was low, because manufacturer warranties cover initial defects and products are designed to withstand more than 3 years' use, they would be less willing to pay for the extended warranty. The other side of utilitarianism, indirect utilitarianism, advocates for obedience of principles, respect for rights, and inculcation of virtues. Following this view, everyone is better off if salespeople are honest. Both forms of utilitarianism are against the new policy. Direct is against it because it does not maximize aggregate utility, and it's hard to determine the entire utility. And indirect because of the fact that people are better when salespeople are honest. Moving on to principle-based theories, specific rights and duties state that it is the duty of sales representatives to help each customer decide which product will best suit their needs. But more generally, lying and deception go against prima facie duties such as fidelity, beneficence, and non-maleficence without appealing to stronger obligations. Furthermore, the autonomy of salespeople is at risk due to a threat of termination by the new policy. This coercion threatens their capacity to make competent, rational choices. This can result in utilizing hard sell practices when interacting with consumers and to to maximize their sales, which Isabella fears. Kantian duties tell us that if salespeople deceived customers whenever they wished, consumer sales would cease to exist. And Kant's categorical imperative dictates that we do not tell lies, both in absolute duty and in ethically moral motivation. Continuing with general rights and duties, salespeople have an obligation to their customers not to lead them towards a decision based on false or misleading information. Therefore, both general and specific rights and duties are against the new policy as well. Theories of justice, such as retributive justice, hold the sales team accountable for violating customer rights. Though there are no issues with equality of opportunities so long as each salesperson is given equal opportunity to sell warranties. For example, if the company employs both full-time and part-time staff, this could be an issue regarding the minimum extended warranty sales that they are being held up to. But this information was not included in the initial case study. Finally, we've reached identity-based theories. First, virtue ethics, which emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtues such as honesty over vices such as deception. Aristotle's golden mean, which regards virtues as happy mediums between two negative extremes. For example, honesty as the medium between the two extremes of dishonesty and over-disclosure. It is also a vice for salespeople to fail to disclose information that the consumer is entitled to. Honesty is also a means of cooperation that promotes community flourishing. Corporate character is determined by interpretation of virtue, and corporate character is important for the employees because it becomes part of their widened self through employment at Kudos. Against the new policy because it emphasizes the cultivation of deception, vice, rather than virtue. This is against the new policy because it emphasizes and cultivates deception, which is a vice, rather than honesty, which is a virtue. And finally, ethics of care places importance on the special relationship between salesperson and customer to promote trust and cooperation. Within Kudos specifically, there should be importance placed upon customer relationships because that is their advantage over their online competition. There is a slight conflict between virtue ethics and informed preference, which lies under direct utilitarianism, because honesty is a mean between two virtues, deception and over-disclosure, while informed preference cannot be determined without unnecessary information, but telling consumers all details regarding manufacturer warranties and extended warranties could be considered over-disclosure, which virtue ethics deems a vice. The most strong argument, I feel, is the ethics of care argument in this particular example, because Kudos' main advantage over their online competitors is the relationship that they are able to cultivate between sales staff and customers. And it should not be viewed lightly because it is their niche within the market, because they are not selling online like some of their competitors. So this is why I feel Isabella should tell Roger that she is against the new policy in Kudos. And yeah, thanks for watching my presentation.